Pay the Price by Earl Nightingale. Lesson 1. The Strangest Secret. Have you ever wondered why some people achieve remarkable success while others seem to drift through life with little direction or accomplishment? The answer lies in what I consider to be the strangest secret in the world. We become what we think about most of the time. The 6-inch secret. The distance between your ears holds the key to everything you'll ever accomplish. Inside that remarkable instrument we call the mind exists the most powerful force on earth. Your thoughts, consistently held, become the blueprints of your life structure. They are the seeds from which your circumstances grow. Consider this unmistakable law that governs all achievement. For every effect in your life, there must be a cause. Nothing happens by accident. The house you live in, the car you drive, the job you hold, the relationships you maintain, all are effects, and the primary cause behind these effects is the pattern of your thinking. Most people drift through life without direction because they've never understood this essential truth. They allow their minds to be filled with random thoughts, fears, and doubts planted by the world around them. They react to circumstances rather than creating them. Like ships without rudders, they're pushed wherever the currents of life take them. But you were designed for more than drifting. You were designed to direct your life through the power of your thoughts. When you learn to cultivate deliberate thoughts of success, achievement, and worthwhile goals, you set in motion forces that cannot be stopped. Your mind works like the soil in a garden. It doesn't judge what seeds you plant. It simply returns what you sow. Plant seeds of excellence, and your mind will return excellence. Plant seeds of excellence, plant seeds of mediocrity, and mediocrity is what you'll harvest. The world's highest achievers throughout history have understood this secret. Edison, Ford, Einstein, and countless others recognized that their thoughts shaped their destiny. They directed their mental focus toward specific goals with unwavering persistence. Their achievements weren't accidental. They were the natural harvest of the thoughts they planted. Starting today, I challenge you to begin a 30-day thought experiment. Choose one goal, one dream that matters deeply to you. It might be related to your career, health, relationships, or personal growth. Each morning, upon waking and each evening before sleep, spend 10 minutes vividly imagining this goal as already accomplished. Feel the emotions, see the details, and allow yourself to experience the reality of this achievement. During the day, whenever negative thoughts intrude, gently replace them with thoughts aligned with your chosen goal. Be vigilant about what you allow to occupy your mind. Remember, what you think about most becomes the dominant influence in your life. This simple practice, continued with discipline, will begin to transform your life in ways that may seem miraculous. But there's nothing supernatural about it. It's simply the strangest secret in action. We become what we think about most of the time. The road to achievement begins with this fundamental understanding. Master your thoughts, and you master your destiny. The price you must pay for success starts here, with the deliberate direction of your most precious resource, your mind. Lesson 2. Planting seeds of greatness. Your rewards in life will be determined by what you do, how well you do it, and the difficulty of replacing you. The most successful people in our world understand a fundamental truth that escapes the average person. They grasp that achievement doesn't happen overnight but grows gradually like a mighty oak from a tiny acorn. This is the farmer's mentality, and it holds the key to everything you'll ever accomplish. Consider the farmer who plants his crops in spring. He doesn't expect to harvest tomorrow or even next week. He knows that natural laws govern growth, and these same laws govern your success. The seeds you plant today, your thoughts, actions, and habits, will determine your harvest months and years from now. Most people want immediate results. They plant their seeds on Monday and dig them up on Tuesday to see if anything's happening. But achievement doesn't work that way. The small, consistent actions you take daily may seem insignificant in the moment, but they create a compounding effect over time that becomes unstoppable. Imagine saving just $100 each month. In a single month, it's barely noticeable, But continue for 30 years with modest interest, and you've created a substantial sum. Your goals work the same way. The daily practice of a skill, the consistent effort toward building a business, the regular investment in relationships, these small actions compound into remarkable achievements. But which seeds should you plant in your life's garden? This is where clarity becomes essential. Just as a farmer doesn't randomly scatter seeds hoping something valuable grows, you must carefully select which goals deserve your precious time and energy. Choose seeds aligned with your natural abilities and deepest values. When your goals reflect who you truly are, the soil of your life will nourish them abundantly. Once planted, these seeds require regular attention. Water them through daily focus. Remove the weeds of distraction that inevitably appear. Protect them from the pests of negativity and doubt. The quality of care you provide directly determines the quality of results you'll receive. Seasons change, and growth takes time. There will be periods when nothing seems to be happening below the surface. This is when most people abandon their gardens, not realizing that powerful forces are at work in the unseen realms. The strongest roots develop in darkness, creating a foundation for visible success later. Make today meaningful by creating your personal planting schedule. Identify the 3 to 5 most important areas of your life and determine specific seeds you'll plant daily in each one. Will you dedicate 30 minutes to skill development? Will you make 3 calls to potential clients? Will you write 2 pages of your book? Whatever they are, commit to planting these seeds consistently, without fail. The harvest you reap tomorrow depends entirely on the seeds you plant today. While others focus on quick results and instant gratification, develop the farmer's patience and wisdom. Understand that natural laws govern all achievement, and these laws cannot be rushed, but can be trusted completely. Your greatest rewards await those who faithfully plant, tend, and eventually harvest the magnificent garden of their potential. Lesson 3. The Acre of Diamonds. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. This simple truth contains within it the seed of all achievement, yet so many of us miss its profound implications. We look everywhere for the magical formula for success, searching far and wide for that elusive secret that will transform our lives, when often the very diamonds we seek are right beneath our feet. There once lived a farmer who became so consumed with the dream of finding diamonds that he sold his farm and traveled the world in search of vast riches. He spent years wandering distant lands, growing increasingly destitute and desperate, until eventually he threw himself into a river and drowned. Meanwhile, the man who purchased his farm one day noticed an unusual stone in a stream running through the property. That stone turned out to be a diamond of extraordinary value, and the farm itself became one of the most productive diamond mines in the world. The tragedy in this parable isn't simply that the farmer failed to find diamonds, but that he abandoned the very acres containing the treasure he sought. How many of us do the same? We dream of opportunities elsewhere while blind to the possibilities surrounding us daily. Developing awareness to see value where others see nothing is a rare and precious skill. The world is filled with people who constantly seek new opportunities, new jobs, new relationships, without ever taking the time to fully explore and develop what they already possess. They are like someone who plants seeds, then digs them up repeatedly to check for growth, never allowing roots to form. Each of us stands upon our own acre of diamonds, your current knowledge, skills, relationships, and circumstances. Even those that seem ordinary contain remarkable possibilities. The work environment you may find tedious holds lessons and connections that could propel you forward. The community you live in offers networks and needs waiting to be discovered. Even challenging situations provide valuable wisdom unavailable anywhere else. The danger lies in constantly searching without appreciating your present resources. Those who achieve meaningful success rarely do so by running from opportunity to opportunity to opportunity. Instead, they dig deeper where they stand. They develop their current skills to extraordinary levels. They find ways to create value using what they already know and have. They solve problems directly in front of them rather than imagining that solutions lie elsewhere. Your existing abilities, experiences, and circumstances are not limitations, but stepping stones. When you truly commit to mining your current situation for all it's worth, you'll be amazed at what emerges. The sales representative who thoroughly masters their product and genuinely serves their customers often discovers more opportunity than the one constantly changing companies. The writer who fully develops their voice finds readers more reliably than one chasing every trend. Take inventory of what you already possess: your talents, knowledge, relationships, resources, and unique perspective. Consider how these might be combined, developed, or applied in ways you haven't yet explored. Rather than wishing for different circumstances, ask how you might extract greater value from your present situation. Remember, the acre of diamonds is not a myth, but a principle of achievement that has proven true throughout history. Your fortune may not require a distant journey, but simply a deeper look at where you already stand. Lesson 4. Worthy goals and meaningful direction. People with goals succeed because they know where they're going. That's as true today as it has ever been. Think of it this way. Would you ever climb into a taxi cab and when the driver asks where you want to go, reply, "Oh, anywhere is fine"? Of course not. You'd give a specific destination. Yet in the journey of life, so many of us climb in and simply say, "Just drive." The difference between those who achieve great things and those who drift through life isn't talent or luck. It's direction. Clear, meaningful goals provide the compass that guides every worthwhile journey. But not all goals are created equal. There's a world of difference between a mere wish and a genuine goal. A wish says, "Wouldn't it be nice if..." Wouldn't it be nice if... A goal declares, "This I will do." Real goals have substance. They have weight. They're written down with deadlines attached. When you write down a goal, something remarkable happens. You transform a vague notion floating in your mind into something tangible that demands attention. The simple act of putting pen to paper signals to your subconscious mind that you're serious about this direction. Your goals must align with your authentic values. When they do, you'll find a wellspring of motivation that never runs dry. Ask yourself, what truly matters to me? What would I pursue even if no one ever noticed or applauded? Those answers point to your authentic values. Goals built on this foundation will pull you forward even when the path becomes difficult. Life has 6 key areas that require well-defined goals: physical health, family relationships, financial security, intellectual growth, spiritual development, and social contribution. Neglect any one of these and your life falls out of balance. A wealthy person with poor health can't enjoy their riches. An intellectual giant with no meaningful relationships misses the joy of shared wisdom. Transform your vague desires into concrete action plans. Instead of saying, "I want to be financially secure," specify, "I will save $500 monthly for my retirement fund, starting this Friday." Notice the difference. The second statement tells you exactly what to do and when to do it. It provides a clear target to aim for and a way to measure progress. Your goals must be challenging enough to inspire growth, but realistic enough to maintain hope. Too easy and they won't motivate you. Too easy and they won't motivate you. Too difficult and you'll abandon them after initial failures. Finding this balance requires honest self-assessment. Remember, worthy goals aren't simply about accumulating more money, more possessions, more acclaim. The most satisfying goals involve becoming more skilled, more compassionate, more wise. These goals of character and contribution provide lasting fulfillment long after the shine of material success has faded. Today, take time to develop written goals with specific timelines and measures. Review them each morning and evening. Feel the emotion of achieving them, the pride, the satisfaction, the joy, the satisfaction, the joy. Your mind, that marvelous 6-inch space between your ears, will begin working day and night to make these visions reality. With clear direction, you'll join the small percentage of people who know where they're going and who, not surprisingly, end up getting there. Lesson 5. The price of achievement. Success isn't free. It never has been and it never will be. There's always a price to be paid for anything of value in this world. The good news, and I want you to listen carefully to this, is that the price of success is far lower than the price of failure. Think about that for a moment. Many people hesitate at the threshold of achievement because they focus solely on what they must give up. They see the early mornings, the missed social events, the concentrated effort, and they back away. Yet these same people rarely calculate the enormous cost of an unfulfilled life, the heavy burden of regret, disappointment, and wasted potential. When you truly understand what you want to achieve, your next step is to identify precisely what that achievement will cost you. Everything worthwhile has its price tag. Want to be physically fit? You'll need to pay with your time, your comfort, and disciplined eating habits. Desire financial independence? You'll pay with careful planning, delayed gratification, and perhaps some calculated risks. The relationship between value and sacrifice is unchangeable. The greater the value of your goal, the more significant the investment required. This is nature's way of sorting the merely interested from the truly committed. Many will say they want success, but few are willing to pay its full price. Here's where wisdom enters the picture. Not all sacrifices are created equal. There are productive sacrifices, those that move you closer to your goals, and unproductive ones that simply drain your resources without corresponding benefit. The person who works 16-hour days but neglects their health makes an unproductive sacrifice. The individual who carefully invests 8 focused hours, maintains their well-being, and nurtures key relationships makes productive sacrifices. One of the most powerful habits you can develop is paying in advance. This is the practice of making necessary sacrifices before they're demanded of you. The student who studies consistently throughout the semester, rather than cramming before finals, is paying in advance. The professional who continually updates their skills before their industry changes is paying in advance. Those who wait until payment is forced upon them find the cost much higher and the terms less favorable. Consider this truth. Everything you want is owned by someone else or exists as potential waiting to be realized. To claim it, you must exchange something of value. You must exchange something of value. Your effort, your focus, your persistence through difficulties, your willingness to learn from mistakes and continue forward. I challenge you today to make a list of the specific prices you must pay for your 3 most important goals. Be brutally honest with yourself. What habits must you develop? What comforts might you need to temporarily set aside? What skills must you acquire? What relationships should you cultivate, or perhaps distance yourself from? When you clearly understand the price of your dreams, you face a simple choice. Pay it willingly or surrender those dreams forever. There is no middle ground. The universe doesn't extend credit for achievement. But I promise you this, when you commit to paying the price day after day, you'll discover that the journey itself becomes rewarding. The person you become in pursuit of your goals is the greatest reward of all. Lesson 6. The attitude of greatness. Your attitude is the reflection of your true self. These words contain one of the most profound truths about human achievement. I've observed throughout my years that a person's attitude is the advance man of their true self. Its roots are inward, but its fruit is outward. It's our best friend or our worst enemy. Let me share something remarkable with you. Nothing on earth has more power to dramatically change a life than the attitude we choose to embrace every morning. Like a filter through which all experience must pass, our attitude colors every thought, feeling, and action we take. Consider 2 children splashing in puddles after a rainstorm. One sees an afternoon ruined by mud and wet clothes. The other discovers a magical new world of temporary lakes and exciting possibilities. Same rain, same puddles, entirely different experiences based solely on attitude. Your attitude is the self-fulfilling prophecy that determines what you'll encounter each day. When you expect the best, you release a magnetic force in your mind which, by a law as strong as gravity, tends to attract the very things you are expecting. Likewise, expecting the worst sends out the same powerful signals, drawing those very conditions toward you. What's truly liberating is understanding that regardless of your past or present circumstances, attitude remains your personal choice. No person or situation can force upon you an attitude you don't wish to adopt. This is your domain entirely. Gratitude forms the cornerstone of the achievement attitude. The simple act of appreciating what you already possess immediately shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance. Begin each day by identifying 5 specific things for which you're grateful. This practice doesn't merely make you feel good. It literally rewires your brain to recognize opportunities instead of obstacles. Life will inevitably present setbacks and disappointments. The person of achievement doesn't deny these realities, but responds to them with a productive mindset. When facing difficulties, ask yourself, what's good about this situation? What can I learn here? How can I use this experience to move closer to my goals? These questions transform problems into stepping stones. Your attitude reveals itself most clearly during moments of pressure. Anyone can maintain positivity when everything goes according to plan. The true test comes when facing unexpected challenges. In those critical moments, your habitual thought patterns either propel you forward or hold you back. Developing the attitude of greatness requires deliberate practice. Just as an athlete trains specific muscles through repetition, you must exercise your attitude through daily choices. Seek out positive influences in the books you read, the conversations you have, and the environments you frequent. Distance yourself from chronic complainers and instead surround yourself with those who inspire excellence. Remember this, your attitude is not something that happens to you. It's something that happens from you. It's a choice you make anew each day, and that choice, more than any other factor, will determine the quality and direction of your life. Choose wisely, for as you think, so shall you become. Lesson 7. The power of daily discipline. Each morning when you rise, you face a fundamental choice that will shape not only your day but your entire future. Will you allow circumstance and impulse to guide your actions, or will you exercise that magnificent human power of discipline? This, S, is where the rubber meets the road on your journey to achievement. Discipline is nothing more than doing what needs to be done when it needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. It's the bridge between your goals and their accomplishment. The most successful men and women throughout history share this common trait. They mastered themselves before they attempted to master anything else. Consider for a moment how a bamboo plant grows. For the first 4 years after planting, you see virtually nothing above ground. The casual observer might conclude nothing is happening. But beneath the surface, the bamboo is developing an elaborate root system. Then suddenly, in the 5th year, the bamboo shoots upward, growing up to 90 feet in just 6 weeks. The question is, does the bamboo grow 90 feet in 6 weeks, or does it grow 90 feet in 5 years? The answer is obvious when you understand the principle. Your life works the same way. The small, consistent disciplines you practice daily, reading good books, exercising your body, focusing your thoughts, managing your time. These may seem to produce little immediate result, but day by day these small disciplines compound, building an unseen foundation for remarkable achievement. The price of discipline is always less than the pain of regret. And here's the beautiful truth. Discipline, regularly practiced, becomes easier. What begins as deliberate effort gradually transforms into habit, and habit eventually becomes preference. The things that once required tremendous willpower become second nature. Discipline is not punishment. It's a form of self-respect. When you commit to regular, productive action regardless of mood or circumstance, you're making a profound statement about your own worth. You're declaring that your goals and dreams deserve your best effort, not merely your leftover energy or convenient moments. Most people live lives of quiet chaos, reacting to whatever demands their immediate attention. They drift through their days wondering why achievement eludes them. But you now know better. You understand that success is not an accident, but the natural result of consistent, disciplined action toward worthy goals. Start small. Select one area of your life where increased discipline would produce meaningful results. Perhaps it's rising 30 minutes earlier each day for focused planning. Maybe it's committing to daily exercise or limiting social media to specific times. The particular discipline matters less than your commitment to practice it faithfully. Monitor your progress without judgment. On days when you succeed, acknowledge your victory. On days when you fall short, simply begin again without self-condemnation. The stumble isn't fatal. Only quitting is. Your character is being forged in this daily practice, becoming stronger with each effort. The rewards of discipline extend far beyond any specific goal. The person you become through this daily practice, focused, confident, resilient, is the real prize. You are paying the price now to create a future. Self-capable of achievements, you're paying the price now to create self can only imagine. Lesson 8. The discipline of consistent action. Have you ever wondered why so many people with good intentions and brilliant ideas never achieve what they set out to accomplish? The answer lies not in their ideas or their intentions, but in their daily actions. The great dividing line between success and failure can be expressed in 5 simple words. I did not have time. Let me share something powerful with you. Time is the great equalizer. Every human being, regardless of wealth, status, or position, has exactly 24 hours each day. No more, no less. The difference between achievement and mediocrity isn't about having time. It's about how you choose to use the time you have. Discipline is nothing more than doing what needs to be done when it needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. It's the bridge between goals and accomplishment. You see, motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going. Motivation is like a hot shower. It feels wonderful, but the effects don't last long. Discipline, however, is the daily decision to stay the course regardless of your feelings. Consider the case of 2 people with identical goals. The first works diligently for 1 hour every single day without fail. The second works sporadically, sometimes for 3 or 4 hours, sometimes not at all for days or weeks. After a year, the first person has invested 365 hours toward their goal. The second person, despite occasional bursts of intense effort, typically accumulates fewer than 200 hours. The difference isn't just in the hours, but in the momentum and compound effect that come from never breaking the chain. The price of achievement includes the willingness to form habits that serve your goals rather than hinder them. Your current habits have created your current situation. If you want something different, you must develop different habits. This requires 2 things: clarity about what needs to be done and the discipline to do it consistently. Start small. Don't attempt to change everything at once. Select one action that would move you meaningfully toward your goal and commit to doing it daily for 30 days. It might be writing 1 page, making 3 sales calls, learning 5 new vocabulary words, or exercising for 15 minutes. The specific action matters less than your unwavering commitment to perform it. Remember this: what you do every day matters more than what you do once in a while. Extraordinary results come from ordinary actions performed with extraordinary consistency. The champions in any field aren't necessarily those with the most talent, but those who show up day after day, rain or shine, feeling good or not. Pay attention to your self-talk. When you find yourself saying, "I don't feel like it today," recognize this as the voice of mediocrity. Replace it with, "I do it because I made a commitment to myself." This simple shift in perspective can transform your results. The price of consistent action may seem high on any given day. It requires effort, focus, and sometimes sacrifice. But I promise you this: the price of inconsistency, of sporadic effort and abandoned dreams is far higher. Discipline is simply choosing between what you want now and what you want most. Choose what you want most, day after day, and you'll find the road to achievement opening before you. Lesson 9. The courage to continue. The greatest test of your character isn't found in the starting line's excitement or the finish line's glory. It's discovered in the middle miles when fatigue sets in, when doubts creep up like unwelcome shadows, and when the initial enthusiasm has long faded into memory. This is where courage makes its stand. I've observed throughout my years that most people begin their journeys with admirable enthusiasm. They announce their goals with conviction, take those first steps with energy, and imagine themselves already at the destination. But the world doesn't reward beginnings, it rewards finishers. The road between start and finish is where the price must be paid, again and again. Courage isn't the absence of fear or doubt. True courage is the decision to press forward despite these feelings. When you're tired and tempted to quit, when you wonder if the goal is worth the struggle, when easier paths beckon, this is precisely when your courage is being tested and developed. Consider the mighty oak tree. It doesn't grow strong by standing in constant sunshine and gentle breezes. It develops its strength through withstanding storms, drought, and challenging conditions. Your character develops in much the same way. The obstacles you face aren't punishments. They're opportunities for growth. I've found that courage often appears in unexpected forms. Sometimes courage looks like persistence, doing the necessary work day after day when no one is watching, and no one is watching, and no immediate rewards are forthcoming. Other times, courage appears as patience, maintaining faith in your vision when results seem distant. Occasionally, courage manifests as adaptability, being willing to adjust your approach without abandoning your destination. The roadmap to your goals will inevitably lead through valleys as well as mountaintops. Expect this. Plan for it. When you encounter resistance, recognize it as a natural part of any worthwhile journey. Those who achieve lasting success aren't people who avoided difficulties. They're people who develop the courage to move through them. I encourage you to practice courage in small ways daily. Each time you choose the difficult right over the easy wrong, you strengthen this muscle. When you speak truth, though, your voice shakes. When you persist through tedium, when you face a fear rather than avoid it, you're building courage that will serve you when larger challenges appear. Courage is contagious. Your decision to press forward despite obstacles doesn't just change your life. It inspires others. The parent working multiple jobs to create opportunities for their children, the student studying late while friends are out playing, the entrepreneur facing rejection after rejection after rejection while refining their idea. These quiet acts of courage ripple outward in ways we rarely fully appreciate. The price of achievement always includes courage. It's the currency that buys you passage through the inevitable difficulties on your journey. Pay this price willingly, understanding that each challenge overcome transforms you into the person worthy of the goal you seek. All achievement requires transformation, and transformation never comes without courage. Lesson 10. The courage to press forward. Courage is the virtue that makes all other virtues possible. Without courage, our dreams remain dormant seeds, never breaking through the soil into sunlight. I've observed throughout my years that the difference between those who achieve greatness and those who merely dream of it is rarely intelligence, connections, or luck. It's courage, plain and simple. You see, friends, the road to achievement is never a smooth highway. It's more like a mountain path with unexpected turns, fallen trees, and occasional landslides. The question isn't whether you'll face obstacles. You most certainly will. The real question is whether you possess the courage to press forward when everything within you screams to turn back. Consider the example of Abraham Lincoln, who faced defeat after defeat before reaching the presidency. He lost 8 elections, failed in business twice, and suffered a nervous breakdown. Yet each time, he found the courage to dust himself off and continue his journey. Lincoln understood a fundamental truth. Courage isn't the absence of fear, but rather action in the face of it. What does courage look like in practical terms? It's sending that email to a potential mentor despite your trembling hands. It's investing your savings in a business when others call you foolish. It's standing by your convictions when the crowd moves in another direction. Courage means taking the first step when you cannot see the entire staircase. I've found that courage grows with use, much like a muscle. The first acts of bravery are often the hardest, but each time you choose to face your fears, the next challenge becomes slightly easier to confront. This is how ordinary people accomplish extraordinary things, not through single acts of heroism, but through daily displays of quiet courage. Fear will always whisper in your ear, "You're not ready. You're not ready. You're not qualified. You might fail." These whispers grow louder as you approach your most important goals. This is actually a good sign. The amount of fear you feel is often proportional to the importance of the action you're considering. The activities that frighten you most are typically the ones that hold the greatest potential for growth. Courage takes many forms. Sometimes it means pushing forward against opposition. Other times it means standing still when everyone else is running. And occasionally, true courage means knowing when to change direction entirely. Wisdom lies in knowing which type of courage each situation demands. One practical approach to building courage is what I call the 5-second rule. When you feel fear holding you back from necessary action, count backward from 5, then move forward before your brain can manufacture more excuses. This simple technique has helped countless people push through momentary fear toward lasting achievement. Every meaningful accomplishment in human history required courage. Every business built, book written, invention created, and movement started began with someone finding the courage to take a risk. As you continue on your journey, recognize that fear never completely disappears. Instead, successful people learn to act despite it. Your roadmap is clear. Your destination is set, and now all that remains is finding the courage to press on. This is the price that must be paid. Pay it willingly, pay it daily, and you'll discover that what once seemed impossible is suddenly within your reach. Lesson 11, the courage to press forward. Have you ever watched a ship determinedly pushing through rough waters? That ship has a destination, and despite the waves that crash against its hull, despite the winds that howl in opposition, it continues forward. My friends, this is the essence of courage in achievement, the unwavering determination to press on toward your destination regardless of the obstacles that appear in your path. Courage isn't the absence of fear. No, courage is taking action despite that fear. When you set out on your journey toward a worthy goal, fear will inevitably arise. It might come disguised as doubt, as uncertainty, or as that small voice that whispers you're not good enough. This is perfectly natural. Every great achiever in history has faced these same fears. The difference between those who achieve and those who don't isn't the presence or absence of fear. It's their response to it. The achiever acknowledges the fear, then takes one step forward anyway, then another and another. Each step builds momentum, and that momentum eventually becomes unstoppable. Your roadmap, your plan, provides the direction, but your courage provides the fuel. Without courage, even the most brilliant plan remains just marks on paper. With courage, even an imperfect plan can lead to remarkable achievement. Think of courage as a muscle that grows stronger with use. Each time you face a challenge and press forward despite discomfort, you're strengthening this vital muscle. Start with small acts of courage, making that phone call you've been avoiding, speaking up in a meeting, learning a new skill that intimidates you. These seemingly small victories build the courage muscle for the bigger challenges ahead. When obstacles appear, and they will, view them not as stop signs but as challenges to overcome. Every obstacle presents an opportunity to demonstrate your commitment to your goal. Ask yourself, is achieving my goal worth overcoming this obstacle? If the answer is yes, then summon your courage and press forward. I've found that courage often arrives at the moment of decision. Before you decide to act, you may feel uncertain or afraid, but the instant you commit to moving forward, a remarkable thing happens. Courage rises to meet you. It's as though the universe responds to your commitment with the very resource you need to fulfill it. The road to any worthy achievement is rarely straight or smooth. It zigzags, climbs steep hills, descends into valleys, and sometimes seems to disappear altogether. This is where your roadmap. It reminds you of your destination when the path becomes unclear. But it's your courage that will carry you through those difficult stretches. Courage to continue when others quit. Courage to believe in your goal when doubt creeps in. courage to get back up when you stumble. My friends, as you pursue your worthy goals, remember this. The world steps aside for those who know where they're going and demonstrate the courage to get there. Your life's achievements will be directly proportional to your willingness to press forward through adversity. Pay the price of courage, and the reward will far exceed your investment. Lesson 12. The journey continues. The end of a book is never truly the end, but rather a new beginning. As we conclude our journey together through these pages, remember that the real work, your work is just beginning. The principles we've explored are timeless, but they require your dedication to transform from mere words into the fabric of your life. I've often observed that the difference between those who achieve greatness and those who merely dream about it comes down to one simple factor: persistence. The willingness to pay the price, day after day, when the initial excitement has faded, when obstacles appear insurmountable, when others have long since abandoned their pursuits. Consider the mighty oak tree. From a tiny acorn it grows slowly, imperceptibly at times, facing storms, drought, and countless challenges. Yet it continues its upward journey, never questioning its purpose, never doubting its direction. Year after year, it grows stronger, its roots deepening, its branches reaching ever higher toward the sun. This is nature's perfect illustration of what we, too, must do. You now possess something precious, a roadmap to achievement. You understand that thoughts become things, that goals provide direction, that attitude determines altitude. You recognize that meaningful achievement requires meaningful sacrifice. These truths are your compass and your fuel. But knowledge without action is merely potential. It's like having a powerful car in your garage that you never drive. The real magic happens when you turn the key, press the accelerator, and begin moving toward your destination. There will be detours. There will be flat tires. There will be moments when you question whether you've taken a wrong turn. These challenges aren't obstacles to your journey. They are your journey. They are your journey. I've counseled thousands of people over the years, and I've noticed that those who succeed share a common trait. They refuse to be defined by their failures. Instead, they extract the lesson, adjust their approach, and continue forward. They understand that paying the price isn't a one-time transaction, but a series of investments made consistently over time. Your life is your most precious asset. Each morning, you're given 86,400 seconds to use wisely or squander foolishly. No amount of money can buy you more time, yet how you invest this daily gift determines everything you'll become. As you close this book, make this solemn promise to yourself. I will begin today to live deliberately. I will identify the prices I must pay for the life I desire, and I will pay them willingly and with gratitude. I will not wait for perfect conditions or divine intervention. I will be the architect of my circumstances rather than their victim. The world makes way for the person who knows where they're going. Be that person. Set your course by the stars, not by the lights of passing ships. Pay the price that others refuse to pay, and you'll soon enjoy the rewards that others can only dream about. Your journey to achievement has no end point. It's a continuous process of becoming. And that is life's greatest adventure.